Hello everyone, this is Ashley. I have to say that I know it's a little dark in here. I tried to cut on our little light thing as bright as I can, but this is going to have to do. I just felt like I needed to share my testimony that's happened to me within the last month, literally in the last 2 weeks. I don't even know where to start. I hope I don't start crying, which I get really emotional, but as I get older, I just tend to get a lot of emotions going on up in here. But I just wanted to say that my testimony, hopefully that it can help others, is, as everyone knows or knew, I am married. When I got married, a lot of my friends were like, "You're this married girl now. You can't hang out with us single people no more," and they kind of distanced themselves away from me. A lot of people know that I was very, how can I say it? I was very outgoing. I loved music. I loved a lot of things. A lot of people didn't understand the situation that was going on when I married my husband. But some of it wasn't for them to know. But the situation, I just felt like it was just so wrong. I felt like I was kind of betrayed. And then a lot of people that I would talk to, they're like, well, if they left you and they, kind of just distanced themselves away from you, they weren't really your friends in the first place. And I would still defend the situation. It's like, well, people come in your life for seasons. Maybe their season was just up. But I really felt like the people that were in my life before I got married were truly my friends. I honestly felt that. So when they distanced themselves away from me, it really, really, really hurt my feelings, really bad. Because there were certain things that I was going through in my first stages of marriage that I really needed my friends. There were certain emotions that I've never felt in my life. There are certain things I've experienced in my life that I've never thought I would experience, and I really had no one to talk to. I couldn't really go to my parents because you know what they say, you don't want your parents all in your business, this, that, and the third. And the friends that I did want to go to, they were no longer around. So I had to keep a lot balled in. I've gained 30 pounds since I've been married. It's just it was just an emotional roller coaster. But all in all, the one person that's been by my side, through this whole entire journey so far has been my husband. Even when I was to the point where I just wanted to yank his heart out. I'm not going to say that. But even when I was to the point where I just wanted to just be by myself, he was always there. Regardless if I liked what he said or not, he was always there. He's always supported me. He's just always been there. And it just felt weird to have that support because I didn't have that support. When times got rough, friends left. And it was just hard. The only people that I can relate to now is other young married couples. My single friends don't get it, if that makes sense. They just don't get it. So it's hard for them to communicate or hard to relate to what we're going through. But anyway, long story short, I just want to put that out there. P.S. I want to put that out there. But the testimony that I had was, a lot of you guys know, and some of my Facebook friends, Instagram friends that I worked with at ACN, a lot of them know that the 30th, I believe it was the 30th, the 28th. The 28th, which was a Thursday of about a week and a half or 2 weeks ago. I don't have my calendar in front of me, so don't hold me to it. But the 28th of August, I was fired from ACN. And a lot of the people that I work with know the situation that went on, and it was truly unfair, and it wasn't right how they fired me. I don't believe that I should have been fired. I could have, took further steps to, I guess, try to rectify the situation. But I feel like the energy that you give out into this world, it will come back to you. And I felt like the way that they did me was truly, truly unfair, and it just was not right. So a lot of people was like, write a letter, to the CEO, call this person, call that person. I was just like, you know what? To be honest, yes, I was really upset that I had lost my job. I really was. Like, I felt like at the moment I lost my job, I was like, okay, I just lost my job, but it really didn't hit me until I walked in the house and I was on the phone with my mother. And I just felt so, like, I felt this really bad energy just come over me, and I just started bawling. Like, I just started crying. It's because I'm like, I just lost my job. I'm like, what are we going to do? My husband had just recently found a job like about a month ago. So, I mean, money was flowing in, but that extra income, I'm just like, what are we going to do? And everybody knows me. I don't like the lower end of stuff. I like more higher end type things. So, to keep up with my lifestyle, we needed that second income. So I'm just like, man, what am I going to do? Our anniversary is 2-3 weeks from now. I don't have the extra money. Bills have to be paid. Like, I was livid. Like, I was just like so upset when I was talking to my mom. And I was just like, what, I was just lost. I was like, what am I going to do? And my mom, she spoke the word of God over me. Stephen came in and he just held me. And he was just like, everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to be all right. And at that moment, I just felt so, I can't even, like, I don't want to cry, but I felt so down. Like, even with all the support that I had, I allowed somebody to take my joy from me. I allowed someone that allowed somebody that had an impact on my life to upset me when I know that I am a child of the High Most. So I don't even understand why I let that situation get to me. But sometimes when we're in those situations, we don't hear anything else. So I was just like, that same day I applied for my unemployment, which I still haven't got. But I applied for my unemployment. I had just registered for school like the week before that. And so I'm like, I have to pay for my classes. So I'm like, how am I going to pay for my classes? How I'm going to just finding all these different situations of how I'm going to pay for this, how I'm going to do this, how I'm going to do this. And when I think about it now, I'm like, my husband is here. Why don't I allow him to help support me? I just felt like I'm one woman, and I do everything. I felt like I'm every woman. All off key. But anyway, that was just in my head. But anyway, I just felt like it was me that had to take control of everything. That nobody else could really help me. And I really apologize for that to my husband. I really apologize for that, because as I'm talking about it, this is the first time I'm really talking about it. And I just realized, like, he's here. This is what happens in life. When one is down, the other one helps support and build up. You know what I'm saying? Like, anyway. So I was just like, I went to church that Sunday. And, I listened to what the preacher was talking about. It wasn't really anything pertaining to my situation, but I remember just going to church. I remember just asking people, if they knew of any places that were hiring. Some didn't reply back to me. Some did, and they tried to help me the best way that they could. Shout out to Angie for helping me out with manpower. Even though, I'll get to that. But there's a lot of people that spoke word upon my situation. I give a big shout out to Martisha, because us being young, African American, married women, we relate a lot to certain things. And us being Army brats, we definitely relate to a lot of situations. I give a shout out to Jasmine, because she helped and spoke some word upon my life. And, and that I just basically was told, everything will be okay. Let God guide you and just take care of your husband. So that was on Sunday that I went to church. That Monday, was it Monday or was it Tuesday? That Monday, I believe it was. I hit up my friend Brittany, and I was just like, Brittany, if you know of any people that are hiring, just let me know. And she was like, well, my parents, my people, they're looking for someone that can help out in the office. So I was like, I can do Excel, I can do this, that, and the third. So she was like, she set up a meeting, and that Tuesday, it's either that Monday night, I think it was that Monday night, I had a really, 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 really bad anxiety attack to where my parents had to come over and give me some medicine to help me calm down because I could not breathe. I was spazzing out, passing out. Like, it was just so bad because that's the amount of stress that I was under. And that was the worst anxiety attack that I had so far. And, my mom, she spoke the word of God on me then and was just like, what are you stressed about? And I feel like sometimes I'm in a situation, I'm in it by myself. I don't think about my family at the time that I'm in that situation. I don't think about my husband at the time I'm in that situation. I'm just like, I'm in this situation and I have to get myself out. That's what I be thinking about. So it's a lot of stress that was put upon me. So then I was like telling my parents, I was like, after the attack happened, it lasted for about an hour. After the attack happened, I was just like, well, I need my Excel book so I can, go into this meeting tomorrow and be prepared and, hopefully they'll want to hire me. So I go in, I believe it was that Tuesday. Yes, it was that Tuesday morning. I went in and my mom, she said a prayer. I kissed Stephen that morning. He was like, go in there and make me proud. And I walked out within 30 minutes with a job, y'all. Walked in 30 minutes with a job, and I could not be any more happier that Brittany helped me. Not saying that anyone else didn't help me, but it's been so weird. It's because Brittany and I wasn't all that close. I knew Brittany since middle school. Brittany and I was not all that close, but when we had certain classes together, when she see me, we'll talk. It was more hi, bye. If we were in class, we talked like we were friends. Like, we were friends, but it wasn't like, oh, that's my best friend. Let me call her up, whenever I'm going through something. Our relationship was not like that. But, we had respect for each other. And then, once after her situation, well, not situation, but whenever she had her baby and I got married, we kind of experienced some of the same things where some of our friends just wasn't there. So I clicked and related on that. And, at certain times when I feel like you're going through something with your spouse, you need somebody that's going to be praying for you guys or praying for us. And Brittany was one of those. Like, even though we didn't have like the best friend relationship, I know that if I called her or if I text her, she would either give me word of encouragement or she'll try to help me the best way she can. And all the time she would, hit me up, I'm praying for you guys. I'm praying for you guys. Those are the type of friends that I needed in my life. Not, oh, well, I might tell you something that I'm going through and then you go run back and tell your little boyfriend or your little friends or whatever. I don't need those type of friends. I need somebody that will pray for me. If you don't want to hear what's going on, then say it. I don't want to hear what's going on. But don't, twist the situation up and make it something that it's not. You know what I'm saying? So that was a situation in itself. But I really, really appreciate Brittany for taking out the time to say, I'm going to help out a friend. And because you never know what a person is going through in their life. And if they reach out to you and say, I need help, or can you help me do this? Can you help me do that? What is it to take out 2 minutes of your time out of your day to say, maybe I can help this person out? And if you can, give them the information. You're doing your part as a friend. You're doing your part, in society to help somebody. What is it to take 2 minutes to change somebody's life? Not necessarily saying, oh, well, this person needs help. This person might get on my nerves. She's going to keep calling me. She's going to keep texting me, blah, blah, blah. You never know what a person is going through. I'm not saying that we were struggling, but the extra income could help. You know what I'm saying? So I really, really, really appreciate Brittany for doing what she did. And the job that I have, y'all, is a job that I've always dreamed about having, as far as in, I'm not stressed out like I was at ACN. You know, we're very laid back, and, you know, they actually care about their employees. I really felt that ACN was more numbers driven, and it was all about the IBOs, or the independent business owners, that had a say so over you. That, you know, I had got caught the N-word on the phone, and the manager over ACN just pats me on the back and says, don't let it get to you. But I'm like, if the shoe was on the other foot, would you carry a smile throughout the phone call? No. So, I mean, it's just, I am so grateful for Brittany, her parents, and for the staff at work. Is because they don't really understand, like, being stressed out and being stressful is very unhealthy. And so just go into your job every day knowing that, you know, they're going to say, good morning, Ashley, how's your day? How's your weekend? You know, what did you do last night? That they're genuinely concerned. Like, it might just be conversation to them, but to me, it's like they're really concerned about what I did. And Brittany's mom just told me today, she was just like, Ashley, did I tell you that I appreciated you today? And I was just like, yeah, I believe you did. And it's just like little things like that really gets to me. And it really makes me feel like I'm appreciated where I work. I'm not just a number. I'm not just an employee. I'm not just a person in a hot seat. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is so stress-free. And I couldn't thank God for more people like Brittany and her family. Like, it's just so, I'm just so grateful. Like, that's all I can say is I'm so grateful. And I wish them all the prosperity that life can bring them, is because it was they didn't have to, you know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't have to. She didn't have to. So it's just like, everybody that I text, they was like, you know, I got fired that Thursday. That following week, I was employed by that Tuesday. You see what I'm saying? Like, God works so many wonders. All you have to do is just say, God, I need you. Give yourself to God and just call upon Him, pray. And what is for you will be for you. Don't get mad and discouraged and be like, I prayed and I didn't get a job as fast as Ashley. Maybe the job that you would have gotten if you would have went for it at that time that it wasn't for you would have been a more stressful job. You're just looking for the pay or whatnot, and it could have been a very stressful job. I am so grateful. All I can say is I'm just so grateful. That's all I can say is I'm just really, really grateful. And it's just like, you know, once God blesses you the way He blesses you, it makes you want to bless someone else the way that God's blessed you. And that's how I just feel right now. I'm like, if I could help anybody do anything, I would. I mean, nice things. I would. Like, that's just how I really feel. And, you know, it's just like this whole entire month, or last month, it was just the beginning of a lot of things. I met Melissa last month that came down here from New York. Like, it's like God puts people in your life to show you a different perspective on life. Like, hearing her story put it in a perspective in my life. Because I'm like, I might not be able to have kids. That's all I would say. I might not be able to have kids. I might not be able to have kids. You know, kids this and kids that. And just to hear somebody with a story just changes your whole point of view. You know, because your situation, somebody else's situation can be worse off than yours. And I just thank her. Is because just tonight is one of the reasons what made me put this video up, to say I have to tell a testimony. I have to say thank you to certain people that have changed my life in a short period of time. I just met Melissa last month, and I feel like she's been like this friend, this sister that I've never had. Like, and for somebody to genuinely come into your life and say, whatever you need help with, I will help you. You know that I'm going through school, and you're like, whatever you need, I'll help you. And supports you without question. It's not, oh, Ashley, well, I'll support you if you help me do this. No, she's never asked for anything in return. She's like, I'll help you. Whatever you need help with, I'll help you. And those are the type of people I need in my life. I don't need nobody that's bringing some drama, that's got something to say about he say, she say. I don't need time for that. Only thing I see myself doing is going up. I'm not seeing myself staying stagnant. I see myself progressing and going up. And everyone else that is around me that has been there with me will be doing the same. because we will encourage, we will motivate, and there's nothing else that can happen but great things. And that's how I see great things. So I mean, just as a word of encouragement, whatever you're going through, just know that somebody else's situation is possibly worse than yours. And all you have to do is just call on God and give yourself to God, and God will see you through. Surround yourself. Sometimes people are like, why isn't God not blessing me? But you're continuously living this lifestyle of surrounded by a bunch of negativity to the point you can't even see the positivity or what God can bless you with. So when you take out that negativity in your situation and you see yourself and you're like, okay, God, I'm going to give myself to you. That's when the blessings come. When you fully obey God and walk in what God wants you to walk in, that's when God will start blessing you. Because I don't really have a lot of friends like that, which I honestly don't need a lot of friends. You know, with a lot of friends comes a lot of distractions. And, you know, they want you to do this, they want you to do that. I'm in school now. There's not going to be a lot of clubbing. Can't remember the last time I actually went to a club to actually, well, I would say last month, but as people know me, I used to be in the club almost every week. So that's a big dramatic, thing for me. So, I mean, take out the negativity in your life, replace it with positivity, and I guarantee you that things that you have been wanting, you've been asking God for, He might not give it to you right now, but it will soon be to come. So, I mean, just keep up the fight. I mean, people that's in my life now, I thank God for. I pray that they, are blessed beyond measure. There's some certain people that I had in my life when I first moved here to North Carolina that I wish I had in my life still. But maybe they can't walk this way. God cannot bring them to where I'm at. And the only thing I can do is just pray for them and just be positive. And, if they do happen to come back into my life, embrace them. I'm not going to shut no one out that wants to be in my life. Sometimes if you did wrong by me or, vice versa, all you have to do is apologize. Sometimes that's all I want is an apology. And I'm just like, okay, that's me. But that's a different situation. Just know that God will bless you if you do walk in what God needs you to, where He needs you to be. Take out the negativity and replace it with positive things. And everything will work out. So that is my testimony. I am doing great. I am stress-free, thank God. And I can't do anything but go up from this point. So I hope this touched at least one person. As long as it touched one person, I am fine. So until next time, you guys. Peace out.